Hey, this is Josh for Retooled.net, and in this video I'm going to talk about the new audio clip mixer in the new version of Premiere. Now in CS6 and before, the way it worked, if you were using the mixer, you would be making track-based keyframes. So let me show you how that worked first. Now, first thing you need to know, in the new version of Premiere, the keyframes that you see when you enable keyframes here in the timeline settings, notice I have show audio keyframes on. The keyframes you'll see by default are clip-based keyframes. And this is what most people prefer. But let me show you how the track-based workflow worked. So I'm going to change it by clicking on this button right here to track keyframes for this track. Now I have the sync sound from my clip here, as well as a number of sound effects and some music going on. And I'm not going to play the audio just so you guys don't have to hear it, but I'm just going to show you how it would work. If I come up here and I set in my audio track mixer, I'm going to set it to write mode and hit play. And you'll see the waveforms, and then I'm just going to drag up and down just to make some keyframes along that track. Now if I stop, you'll notice I made a ton of keyframes. But let's see what happens when I move my clip. Well, they're track-based keyframes, so the keyframes stay exactly where they were while the clip is still moving. So this might be good if you have a locked edit, but most of the time you're going to want to do clip-based keyframing. And you could do that in CS6 if you use just this line on the clip, but you couldn't do it using the mixer. So let me show you that new workflow. First thing I'm going to do before that is just undo the track-based keyframe I did. Alright, so now I'm going to go to clip keyframes. So if I were to do it here in the audio track mixer, I'd still be making track-based keyframes. So all I need to do is go up to Window and tell it that I want to see the audio clip mixer. And there it is. So it looks just like the other one, slightly different obviously, but it has all my tracks and now I can make clip-based keyframes. So let me show you the same workflow. I'm going to tell it I want to write keyframes. So again, you'll see the interface is slightly different. And now I'll hit play. And I could do the same sort of adjustment. And as long as that write keyframes button is on, it'll record what I'm doing. So the clip is over, and the timeline is over, so it stopped playing. But you'll notice now I have all of these keyframes set up. And now if I want to move my clip, you'll notice the keyframes follow the clip. So this is not only better for the workflow that most people are looking for, but it's also better in terms of sending out to a mixer, because these things tend to come over a lot better in an OMF or similar interchange files than the track-based keyframes would. Again, this is a major improvement in the new version of Premiere, and I hope you guys enjoy this new functionality.